Sucks so bad. Wasting time in the unemployment line, sitting around complaining about your job. Don't you know? Talking about the revolution sounds. I don't really need it. But you're such a kind-hearted man. Don't you know? Talking about the retribution now. Poor people gonna rise up. Poor people gonna rise up. Poor people gonna rise up and take their share. Poor people gonna rise up and take what's theirs. Don't you know you better run, 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 run. Don't you know you better run, 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 run. Standing in those walkways, camping out in a park in the middle of the fucking city, sticking it to the man every chance you can. It's only words. Why they're so scared? Talking about a revolution now. Finally the tables are starting to turn. Talking about a revolution. Talking about a revolution. Good evening, everyone. Gotta get my cheat sheet here. Cheat sheet. Everyone else had one. I get one too. Get some props in.
Yeah, don't worry about the gas mask. It's all good. I'll just feel a burning, tingling feel.
No, I'm just kidding. Kids. I am the pseudo-psychosocial terrorist psychic moron. I'm here tonight to talk to you a little bit about time. And this is not going to work unless everybody joins hands. So I need everyone to join hands. If you're sitting, you don't have to all join hands, but if you're beside someone or near someone, just join hands, touch their hand. It's not scary, it's actually kind of nice. So everybody, come on, man, you need a hand to touch. Get there, touch somebody. Touch someone's hand. Feel that connection. Feel that connection. Kim, hold hands. Everybody holding hands. Everyone holding hands? Everybody holding hands. Okay, so is everyone holding hands? You're not holding hands? Hold hands. Okay, well, really, it's not part of the act. I just bet this guy $50 so I could get everyone to hold.
that serious?
That's right. That's right.
That's awesome.
I don't know if I'm going to get that $50, but I hope I am.
Oh, that's funny.
All right.
It was just a
Who has a watch on their arm in here? Anyone? Raise. Okay, hang on. I'm going to get my glasses. Used to be able to see much better. All right. Everyone that has a watch. Anybody? Anyone? Anyone? Okay. Listen. This is what we're going to do. We're talking about time, so I'm going to ask you a question. Anyone that has a watch, I'm going to ask you a couple of questions, and I want you to include time in the answer. The first thing I'd like to ask you is, we'll start with Maddie. Maddie, what time, to the best of your description, does it say on there?
Slightly after when the music is supposed to start.
Well, what does it say on your little 9:35? Okay, and random question. You ever had a Latin lover?
What?
Yeah, have you ever had a Latin lover? And don't forget to include time in the answer.
I have not listened to my
Oh, okay, very, very good. Now, 9:35, right? Who else has a watch? You have a watch, and your name is? Jay. What time does your watch say, to the best of your description? 9:47. And Jay, when you eat corn on the cob, do you eat it vertically or horizontally? And don't forget to add time into your answer. Horizontally time. Very, very good. Very good. 9:35, 9:47. Who else has a watch?
Oh, I just realized my watch is dead.
Time is oppressive. Anyone else? Anyone else have a watch? Come on, don't be shy. You have a watch? What's your name? Well, yeah, but tell everyone else. Ava. Ava has a watch. And Ava, don't forget to, what time does your watch say? 9:50, so we're losing time by the second here. What is your favorite color, Ava? And don't forget to put time in your answer. What? Blue time. Very nice. Good answer. Okay, that's enough. Okay, I'm done harassing the audience. And I think I made my point. Do we really know what time it is? Does it really matter? There's really little time machines here. Okay, There's an interesting thing in nature, that small creatures in nature generally experience time much faster than larger creatures do. Small creatures, like flies, experience time 10 times faster than larger creatures like us. And it makes you wonder, it's kind of nature's balancing act that points towards creative intelligence that created everything. So how is it that everything gets a fair share in life? You know, even a blade of grass probably experiences time so much quicker that it realizes its full potential and you know, it has an identity in the world. And even when we were younger, we would experience time in a much quicker time plane. As you get older, it slows down. You ever remember you're 8 years old going on a 3-hour car drive? It was like excruciating, being locked in that car. But now, 3 hours, you could just pass that, smoking a joint, sitting there looking out the window, and it wouldn't bother you at all. It's kind of one of the conundrums in the universe, and really time is just a word that people made up because they didn't know what the fuck was going on. It's the fucking truth. And, you know, realistically, when I ask people for their time on their watches, the clock was only invented about 500 years ago. And before it was invented, just hang on a second. Before the clock was invented, The average work week was 4 days, 4 hours a day.
Woo! Yeah, let's get back to that.
Yeah. And someone figured out that if we devised a way to divide everything up, we could start slicing up people's lives and getting them to initiate everything, and nothing fucking works, honest to God. Why do we have a leap year? We can't even get we can't, you know, as far as I can tell, the sun goes up, the sun goes down, every day, it works perfectly, and yet at the end of the year, we're short 4 hours. So every 4 years, we make it up with an extra day, and yet the sun still goes up and down. But the time is askew, my friend. The greatest clock in the world, the atomic clock, is not accurate. There's nothing in the universe that is constant. It can't be counted. The only thing that matters, the most important and most valuable thing, is your existence, as long as it lasts. And we all know it's not going to last forever. So why do we buy into this time thing that led into this other thing where I'll work for 20 bucks an hour? Well, I bet I could go into the Supreme Court and prove that I'm owed a lot more fucking hours than I'm getting paid for. So, you know, I wasn't going to do this show at all, but when I started looking into it, I got a song in my ear, and I looked into the song and the history of the song and the timeline of the song and everything. You know, it just started to freaking. Okay, I'm way off my notes here. Okay, so it's just some time notes here. Time cannot be properly described by science. Nothing in the universe is constant. I think I said that. Okay, where are we? Yeah. The obsession with counting and the reality of nowness. So that's about all we have, you know. It's like, it's a good thing I wasn't carrying a gas canister with the gas mask, or time be up for everyone, wouldn't it? It'd all be gone. One way we will be gone. And it really gives you a sense of perspective when you make sense out of death. Because no one knows when they're going to die. They're not going to give you a timeline on that. So, okay, I'm way off on a tangent, but I think you get the point. Time doesn't exist. Time is just a concept, just like the economy, monetary gain, one-upmanship, a number of other things. I think you're really getting the drift here. So anyways, I want to keep this fun, so I've written down the lyrics here from a song that was written in 1968. How many years ago was that? Counting leap days. How many years? 1968, how many years ago? Rough number, anyone?
43.
How many?
43.
Come on, how many years ago was 1968? It's 2011, we all did math in school. 43. 43 years ago. I'm sorry if I sound a bit harsh and aggressive, but I got a cold. It's probably Ebola. Nothing to worry about. You're a tough crowd, man. I'm trying to be funny. It's just not getting it, man. It's just lighten it up. Let's have some heartfelt, you know, heartness here. Heartness, humanity. Yeah. You got time for that? Yeah. Can you spare the time for that? Anyways, these two gentlemen wrote this song back in 1968. I started looking into it and I found it very interesting that they only met for 3 days. One of them was dying from lymph node cancer. And of course, when he died, there was a big legal battle over the rights to the song, the other illusion, the monetary illusion and everything. And it really became poignant when I started reading this thing on Wikipedia about the origin of the title of the song. And how things change, and how words change, and ideals change. And really, it doesn't really matter how much time has taken place between A and B. That hasn't changed the lyrics of the song at all, or the meaning. So I'm just gonna go with this briefly, read orally through the history of this song because I thought it was a bit strange. It says here, the first editor of the Kiwanis magazine, Roel Ferguson, published a column in September 1924 carrying the title, "He Ain't Heavy, He's My Brother." Variations on the phrase are attested as early as 1884. The phrase is associated with Father Edward James Flanagan, who founded Boys Town. Flanagan came across a line in a drawing of a young boy carrying his brother in the Christmas 1941 edition of Louis Alice Messenger. The caption read, "He ain't heavy, mister, he's M brother." It was created by Mr. V.B. Hooper, who later became the editor of the Ideals magazine, and the drawing was reprinted in the first issue of the Ideals in December 1944. Flanagan felt that the drawing illustrated the work done at Boys Town and received permission from the company in August 1943 to recreate the drawing in color, and the captain, "He ain't heavy father, he's M brother." The phrase became the motto of Boys Town, and in 1918 the publication Ralph Waldo Trine, titled "The Higher Powers of the Mind and Spirit," he relates the following anecdote. "Do you know the incident connection in the little Scottish girl, ? She was trudging along carrying the best she could with her boy younger, but it seemed almost as big as she herself when one, that's some old English shit, man, I'm having trouble with that. But when one remarked to her, told her how heavy he must be for her to carry, she instantly came to reply, "He's not heavy, he's me breather." Okay, some words and everything changes, and everything changes. It also reported through the media at the time that the song was written by a Vietnam veteran. He and his company was approaching a town after they had been bombed. A little boy was carrying the dead body of a younger boy away from the burning village. One of the soldiers asked the boy if the dead child was heavy. The child responded, "He's not heavy, he's my brother." Jeez.
Those are song lyrics?
How can we keep up with all this rhetoric? Well, I'll tell you what. I've got a bit of a cold and I've never sung this song before, but I'm going to sing it for you now. And if you remember the music, you can imagine the music. And if you remember the lyrics, I invite you to sing along with me. I'm going to do my best, and I promise it's worth the price of admission. And if you're going to sing, please do it with feeling, right from the heart. The road is long, with many a winding turn that leads us to who knows where. When, but I'm strong enough to carry him. He ain't heavy, he's my brother, so on we go. His welfare is my concern. No burden is he to bear. We'll get there. For I know he will not encumber me. He ain't heavy, he's my brother. If I'm laden sadness that everyone's heart isn't filled with the gladness of love for one another. It's a long, long road from which there is no return. From we're on the way to there, why not share? And the Lord doesn't weigh me down at all. He ain't heavy, he's my brother. He ain't heavy, you're all my brothers. Enjoy your evening.